Hello and welcome back to my channel where I'm doing something a little different today. Not in the teaching room, so it's not about online teaching. I thought I would do a more travel video today. It's also a job that I just needed to do, and I thought it might be fun just to kind of explain some of the things that I use for travel. This is usually my travel gadget bin drawer tub thing, and after my last trip I kind of just dumped everything back in and it was a right mess, so I thought I would go through it and just sort it all out, tidy it up and share with you some of the stuff that I take with me on my travels. So I'm just going to go through it, just have a little chat about it. It's not going to be a hugely scripted video or anything, so yeah, I thought I would go through some of my things. So first up, looking through the pile, I have packing cubes. I have various different ones. I have a black set, this blue set, and another type of ones here, all different sizes. They're quite good. I find that they are better for suitcases, I find. I tend to travel more with backpacks just because I like having hand luggage, so I tend to use backpacks more, and I find that they don't always work great with a backpack. I find that I can fit more in a bag if I roll everything and then kind of just stack it into the backpack. But I did use the small one on my last trip. They have a little window in them so you can see what's inside, so I did use that one for a few bits of clothes that I kind of didn't want to roll. I wanted them more flat so it didn't look so creased. But yeah, I have all those. Yeah, like I said, works great for suitcases. When I moved to and from America, I used them a lot in my luggage then because I could put like all my t-shirts in one or my jeans in one, so then it just made it easier when it came to unpacking because I knew where things were. So packing cubes, I have about, I think it was about 9, all different sizes. This is the biggest one, but again, unless you've got a suitcase that's quite big, not really that useful unless you're a hand luggage person. So we'll stack that in the bin first, and then next, so I'm going to try and pack it how I want it stacked in the tub. And then next, this is something that I bought when I did Camp America, I think it was. So that was in 2008. This is a sleeping bag liner. So I took a sleeping bag to camp with me, but then there's like this inner sheet that you can put inside the sleeping bag, because obviously it's harder to wash a sleeping bag than what it is to wash a sheet, and this folds up really small. So the idea is I could just wash the sheet more than the sleeping bag, because you can't really take a sleeping bag and wash it. It takes forever to dry. So yeah, I would then just wash the sleeping bag liner, and then when I got home I then washed the whole sleeping bag. But that I've used it a couple of times. I think I took it to Costa Rica with me as well. But other than that, it was more for the 3 months that I did Camp America, and I used it and it was helpful and it did the job. So now this is the next main thing. I was going to put them in a little tin just to keep them all together, are my padlocks. I use TSA padlocks. I have so many because, again, when I moved I had like 4 suitcases and some of them had multiple zips, so I bought a lock for each one. So I have 2 different types. I used to travel once upon a time with these right back when I started. Not TSA ones. These are the ones where in America they have a special key where they can open it without having to like cut it off if they need to get into your luggage. So I do always use TSA ones now, but the ones like this are cheaper, but then you also then have to have these keys. So I've got like millions and millions of keys, and it's a bit like a challenge trying to find what key goes to what padlock. But I don't really use it. That was more for when I moved. I bought them just because they were cheap. I tend to use more these ones, the combination padlocks. I have lost a few, so I'm not great at keeping track. They do tend to fall off if I don't do them right, but I just find they're better because then you don't have to worry about losing a key or trying to dig it out when you need to get into it. You can just clip it shut and then twist it. Yeah, there's ones with 4... Thinking of which, I don't actually remember the code for them ones with the 4 on. I'm going to have to remember that because I don't think I'm going to have to remember what the code are for them big ones. But yeah, I've got 3, ones with 4 on and then ones with 3 on. I remember the 3-digit ones. Let me just see if I remember. So you can set your own code. So, do I remember what it is? Oh, no. Let's try another one. See, so it's a bit of a pain as well. But then I guess it's like losing a key. You don't know where it is if you lose a key. I think I know now, actually. Yeah, I'm in. So, yeah, but, yeah. Padlock combination. Yeah, I'm going to put them in a tin. Hopefully the lid fits on. So, yeah, I have a whole bunch. I don't tend to use a padlock when I use hand luggage. It's more for if I use a suitcase, but it's there if I need it. Next, oh, this is another one that I bought. This was a thing, I think it came with the padlocks when I bought a set. It's like a wire. When I moved, I had, like I said, like 4 suitcases and I was traveling by myself. Obviously, I only have 2 arms and I had to try and work out how to do it. So I tried to tie my suitcases together with like a cable, like a chain, and then I was just going to pull them all in one go. Didn't work, but I think that was more the quality of the suitcase because the wheels were absolutely rubbish. But I don't know. I'll find a use for that one day. And then leading on from luggage, I have luggage straps. This was my very first one. I find that they're just another thing to help like make like the suitcase a bit more secure. So if the zip was to break, it would hold it together a little bit. And they also help with identifying suitcases at the luggage carousels. This was my very, very first one, again from like 2006, I think it was. This is just a Samsonite one. My mum then bought me a black one for Christmas one year that's got my name on it, so it says Kylie on it. So I've got the blue one, the black one, and then this is my favourite one. My favourite band is Busted. They're a UK band, and I went on one of their tours, their Pigs Can Fly tour in 2016, and one of their merch items was like a tin that had a luggage strap in it. And I love this one. It's very unique. I think if it comes around the carousel, you know it fits your bag or not. So yeah, this is my favourite one. I love the colour of it. So if I'm going to use a luggage strap, this is the one that I tend to reach for the most, my Busted one, because it's cool and it has pigs on it. Next up, I think I'll use again, this here is, I think this is the American sat nav. I have an English one somewhere as well, but this one has all the American maps on it, which obviously when I was in America, I found them more reliable than using like Google Maps on a phone. So I have my American sat nav. I didn't want to throw it away. I mean, it cost quite a bit. I got my use out of it over the 4 years, but it's okay. Next is my microfiber travel towel. It's very small. It's also very small when you bring it out as well. It goes around me. You can just about tie it and it goes around my body. But if I'm going to a beach or on a day trip or something, it's nice just to if it's on my back, it's about this size, so it's very small in a backpack, and it just means that if I go to a beach, I've got something to sit on, or I can wipe my feet, things like that. So next up, I think putting things at the bottom that I don't really use. This, I never actually used this. This is a shiwi. It basically is a way of girls being able to stand up to pee. I bought it because when I went to the Sahara Desert, I wasn't sure if there was going to be a toilet in the desert, and I was camping there overnight. So I bought it just in case I was going to have to pee in the desert. I didn't need to pee in the desert. There was a toilet. It was like a little camping toilet thing, but I didn't need to use it. So I've never, that's never actually been used, but it's still in its bag just in case. Next up we'll have, again, this is something else that I don't tend to use. This is something that my dad actually bought off Amazon or eBay, I think it was, and he didn't really like it. It didn't do what he wanted for what he bought it for, but they are vacuum sealer packs, and then it comes with this little machine that you can hear, and then you put it on the hole and it sucks all the air out and it like shrink wraps your things. The packs are quite small, which I tried to fit a couple of t-shirts in the other week when I went away, and it didn't really work too well. You can't really fit them in. You can only get like 3 in there, and it's not a huge, doesn't make a huge difference. But I've had vacuum packs before, like again when I was moving I vacuum packed all my stuff and they worked quite well. I did find it best to then put sellotape over the hole and over the bit here as well, just to try and keep the air in or out as much as possible. But I would like these to work because I think they would be good if you were travelling with hand luggage, because otherwise, yes, you have like a hoover here that you can suck all the air out, but when you're away, how do you then use a hoover? Because you don't have one. So it's quite handy that it comes with a little vacuum hoover, but one day we might use that again. I don't know. And then we've got an eye mask. I'm not sure where this eye mask came from. I think it was when I bought an inflatable pillow, which I think is in a cupboard. Oh, and it got stuck in my hair. Great. I think it came free with an inflatable like travel pillow. Again, that's in the cupboard. This also doesn't have all my mini toiletries, all my travel like gadgets, like my cameras and my GoPro stuff. That's all somewhere else. So this is just luggage stuff. Next up, we have my luggage scales. You unclip the cord, put it around like the handle of whatever you want to lift, press the on button, hold it up, and then it tells you how much it weighs on it. The battery has run out of this. It's a little watch battery, so I need to try and find one or get one, but this is quite good. Another way I use it is if you've got like a standing scale, you weigh yourself and then you weigh yourself holding the luggage and then you deduct the difference and then that's how much your bag weighs. But this one works quite good. Not so much with huge suitcases, but with like little suitcases, like hand luggage ones or ones that are going to be like 15 kilogram type weights. Works quite good. It's quite accurate. You can chuck it in your bag in case you bring stuff on the way home. Next is my head torch. Again, I bought it on for Camp America, and I've actually used this quite a lot. I do actually quite like it. I took it again to Costa Rica because I stayed on a beach where there was no electricity at night. So this came in very useful. Then when I went camping, I used it. Oh, I think there's a crack in it. Again, it's really old. I went to Camp America in 2008, so that's like 13 years ago, nearly 14 years ago. So it's quite a while. I was tempted to get a new one. It is battery, AAA batteries, so it's quite handy, especially as well if you go into like hostels or like dorm rooms. I don't tend to do that so much anymore, but it's kind of good if you don't want to turn like on a main light. It's just another way. You can use your phone now, I guess, but this is good for hands-free, because if you have to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, then you don't, woo, hands-free. But yeah, we've got that. I do use that still. That's quite good. Next, let's do plugs. So I have this one. I think it came with a phone. It's a USB America plug, but again, I lived in America, so that's why I have that one. The ones I tend to use the most are, one of these broke on my last trip. This is a worldwide travel adapter. It has EU, if you press that one is Australia with a tilted end. And then it has America. And then it has the UK on it. So it has all different ones, which are really cool. At the moment, I have the USB plug end on it, but I also have one that has, you can then change it into a plug one. So I like to use this a lot because then I know that I've always got the right country with me. Like I said, one of them broke, which is really sad because I use this a lot. But I'm going to get another one. It's quite compact, very small, works great, but I need a new one. I do have this one, but it's a bit chunkier than the other one. It's about an inch taller than the other one. But I bought this one when I was traveling once for the weekend, and I forgot my plug for my drone. And my drone is an American plug, but when I was coming back to the UK, I then wouldn't have a charger for it, so then I had to buy this one at the airport, and it cost a fortune, and I'm not even sure how it works. I think, oh, so then again you've got the American one, and then they twist, and then you've got the Australia one on that one. You've then got the EU one. Is it going to fold out, or have I broken it? See, I don't like this one. Not a fan. And it costs a fortune as well. It costs more than the other one. Oh, there we go. You got the EU plug on that one. Sounds like it's going to break. And then you've got the UK one on the bottom, but I don't like this one. By Swiss Gear. Not a fan of that one, Swiss Gear. Don't really like it. But yeah, I bought that at the airport. Next up we have, I bought these in Austria. These are buff scarves, and a lot of people have been using them for face masks. They're not obviously great, they're very thin, but yeah, they're good for, I used to use them in America as well for like recess duty. They're like just a scarf that goes right your way around your neck, and you can wear it. Some people wear them as headbands, but I look like an idiot. But yeah, I have two. They were very cheap. They work great for neck scarves. I don't really like cold weather, so I don't really tend to travel to many cold places, but I have two of those, so those go in next. Let's do, I have, these are left over from America, so they're probably out of date and don't really work anymore. Oh good, anti-diarrhea tablets, because you never know what will happen on the road. And then I think the other ones are, I don't know, I think they're sinus ones, but I always like to travel with like sheets of tablets. I tend to just keep them in a little zip bag, but these ones are left over from when I was in America, so I obviously bought over all the like the medicines and that I had left. This, I am a fan of small toiletries. I do pick them up from hotels. Yeah, nothing much to say about that. I do, like I said, I have another box in there full of toiletries as well. They come in handy. I do tend to use them a lot. So those go in next. And then carrying on from toiletries, let's do, I have another small bag. My mum got me this at Christmas one year of empty bottles that you can then refill. And then it was an overspill for more small toiletries. But the one I mainly use the most is this one. This one is actually breaking, which is really sad. This is okay for airlines, hand luggage allowance, like this little zip pocket. I find it's nice because it's a little bit more sturdy. And this is actually the one that I used on my last trip. I use this one, it's not factor 15, it's actually factor 50 inside. I find it's better once you've got the small bottle. I then refill it with a big one. Yes, it's kids and I'm not a kid, but 5-star UVA, woo! Yeah, so all I do is I get a small one and then I just fill it up with a big one whenever it empties, and then I can take it with me in hand luggage. Although in EU, UK, there's 100ml allowance for liquids. But in the US, they have 3 ounces. 3 ounces is not the same as 100ml. So using this bottle, it does sometimes get flagged up, but they've always just kind of gone, oh yeah, go through. But it's actually, in America, it's like 83.5ml, I think, is a conversion. So 100ml is actually too big for like the TSA, their allowance. So this has been pulled up a few times, but it hasn't been taken away from me yet. And now I'm back in the UK. Hopefully it'll be fine again. But yeah, I do use this one, but like I said, it's breaking. Places like Stansted Airport can get a bit funny if bags have a depth. I'd like to buy a new one, but I find that like the solid ones have a bit of a depth to it, and Stansted will sometimes flag you up because they don't like ones that are deeper. So that's a bit annoying because it would be handy to have one like that. And then I have some leftover. So these are the actual sizes that you can use for liquids. So it's actually smaller than what an actual liquid bag is. I think I picked this one up at Gatwick, but I do have a couple of spare just for whatever reason. This video is going to be really long, but oh well. So then we'll put those inside too. Next up we have again liquid bags. So then I have like little wash bags. So if I'm flying or not flying, if I'm traveling domestically, I tend to use like ones like this to just put the liquids in. And then this is the one that I tend to use the most for just various things. I like to have little, my brush is a fold up one. So I have a fold up brush. My toothbrush folds up into itself. I have, this is quite cool. I found this, I think it was at an airport in America. It's like a band-aid thing, but then you can put the plasters inside the little thing, and then they kind of are a bit protected because the English ones aren't necessarily individually wrapped. So sometimes like the backing paper gets a little bit like if they're just rolling around in a backpack or something. So I thought that was quite fun. So I've got that. Next up we have, so yeah, that's what I tend to use for not liquids. Then I have my Lush solid shampoo bar soap. I put it inside on like a little bag because then it sometimes gets stuck in the tin. So you do have to let it get dry out. But that's a way of avoiding liquid allowances if you feel like you need to take shampoo. The Lush ones are very good. Then we have again solid deodorant. Again, doesn't it get included in the liquid allowance, which is great. More liquids that my mum bought me on a visit home once. She made it like a little hotel. Again, another one. Another little shampoo. And little mini sun cream thing that people were giving away in America. Again, these ones are small enough. This is 1.5 ounces or 44 ml. So this again is another good one. You can just put it in your bag if you need sun cream, which is perfect. Then we have a pack of tissues. Bit boring. Wallets and purses. I used to have this one a long time ago. I can't even remember where I got it from. I think it came from a truck show that I went to once, but I'd often clip it inside my bag so no one's going to nick it because it's clipped in my bag. At the moment this has still got some of my American stuff inside it. But yeah, this one, I tend to like the fold up wallets, but I have that which has still got, yeah, some of my old American bank cards. I should probably cut them up. Then we have this. It's a water bottle. It's completely flat. And then it's great because then you can fill it up at airports. It fills up to like that big. And then obviously as you drink from it, it gets smaller again. So it's great. I bought that one in Sydney from a market when it was raining one day. So I have a Sydney water bottle that works brilliantly. Document wallets. I have, this one is the one I tend to use the most. It does have a strap on it. I don't like the ones that are advertised as a secret underclothes money belt ones. I do just kind of use this one a bit like a bum bag. It works great for airlines that say you can only have one bag because you can fill this up with like your passports, your tickets and whatnot, and then you can put it underneath your hoodie and you get it taken on the plane for free. And everything's then convenient. I've also used it at I've forgotten what they're called, theme parks, because then again you can put it under your clothes, it straps to you, it's secure, and then you can like wear it on the rides. So I use this one a lot actually. I do quite like that one. And this was my first one. I don't remember, I didn't really use it much, but at the moment this just stores my old vaccine passports, because vaccine passports used to like are a thing. But this was one that I had. This is my yellow fever one. I'm not sure if there's any complete details on that, but this was my yellow fever certificate that I needed to get into Kenya with once. And it's got all my boosters for things like diphtheria, tetanus, Hep A and B, typhoid, and stuff like that. So that is my old vaccine certificate. And then I've got a couple of my old passports in here, which I do love looking at old passports. That one actually has like 0 stamps in it. It's got, oh, that was when I went to the Maldives. So it's got the Maldives stamps. I didn't think I had this one for long. And then I changed my surname. This was my very first one, my Camp America one. Oh, the picture looks rough. It's got my Kenya visa in it, which is a cool one. My J1 work visa for America. So that's cool. I love looking at old stamps. Oh, that one's Morocco, Jamaica, Canada, a couple of America ones, more Americas. I love old passport stamps. So yeah, that's just kind of where I keep all my old passports and stuff now. Then I have this Zap It mosquito bite thing. I am awful for mosquito bites. It's terrible. That one, it's like an electronic zap thing. It works quite well. I've sent it for free to include in some of my blog posts, and they work quite well. But if you know any form of like thing to stop bugs biting you, nothing works for me. So if you've got a miracle cure, let me know in the comments, because I'd love to hear it. Then we've got, oh, this is an atomizer that I bought. It's actually empty, but again, it's if you want to take perfume or something, you can I can't think of what the word is now. You transfer it from your main bottle into this one, and you can fill it up, and then you can take it with you like as hand luggage, or if you only want a little bit. Works well, but I think it started to leak, so that was full and now it's empty, and I didn't use it all, so I don't know where it all went. Then we have a couple of waterproof pouches. I have 2 of them. This was my first one, and then I got this one. It says visit Tybee Island, Savannah's beach. But again, they work well if you're going to the beach, or if you're at, say, a theme park again, and you're on a water ride and you want to protect your phone. They do work quite well. Or if you're out on a river and you've got to put your car key somewhere, again, works quite well. So yeah, I've got 2 of them. My thing is still really full, even though it looks a little bit more organised now, but never mind. Then we have sunglass case. We're nearly at the end. A shower cap. These are actually work good for if you have shoes in luggage. You can open up the shower cap and then put your shoes inside it, and it just keeps the rest of your luggage clean. So these actually work great. And then the last thing I have, a couple of wristbands. One from the Maldives, one from the Kalahari resorts. I am a bit of a sucker for wristbands. I've only just cut off my Gran Canaria one. I had it on for a week after I got back. And then the last thing we have are luggage labels. This one, my Harry Potter one, like the straps falling apart and it's going a bit gross. But I have a Hogwarts one. And then this was another one that I bought, just a cheap one for when I was in America. Maybe I'll put the strap of that one onto the Harry Potter one. I might do that. But there we have it. My bin is completely full, but they are all my travel things I use for luggage and packing. So yeah, I hope you found it interesting, even though it was a bit of a waffle. But yeah, these are a lot of things that I use for every single trip that I go on. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.